My name's Mary and I'm your official campground tour guide. So come along with us. Get those zoomies out, girl. Get those zoomies out. Welcome to Little Diamond. Before you even enter the campground, they give you a heads up that your registration office is on the right. And we have made it to KOA Holiday and Thousand Trails Little Diamond Campground. When you first come in, you'll check in at the registration information kiosk on your right. Both KOA, Thousand Trails, and retail people. The big thing to know about here, there are no sewer hookups here at any site, whether it's on the Thousand Trails side or the KOA side. We're going to go inside the camp store first. Here in the camp store, you can find a variety of t-shirts and sweatshirts. Here's the one I'd get if it was in my size. I don't mind being the official campsite wine taster. They have a little refrigerator in case you forgot any of your breakfast items. Bacon, eggs, butter, and milk. A little orange juice, maybe. They'll have some champagne. A mimosa is always in order. If you forgot any of your necessities, they've got a few of them here. There are several chairs and picnic tables so that you can come and enjoy your ice cream or any other delectables from the campground store. As we go through all the amenities, you'll notice that the signs are for KOA, but all amenities are for both Thousand Trails, KOA, and retail people. This is where the laundry used to be. The laundry is shut down indefinitely by the health department. I inquired, and after I heard what enormous price it was going to cost to fix it, I cannot blame them. So be prepared if you need to do laundry. The nearest laundry facility is about 30 minutes away in Priest River. That's Priest River, Idaho. If you want to get real fancy, you can have your wash done here, wash and folded. They do mending and dry cleaning as well. I'm not going to give you prices for all these machines. There's so many different sizes, but they have something for everybody here. Their washing machines look pretty new. They did a good job. We've been down here twice because we stayed a little bit longer here than we usually do. I'd be a little more particular on the dryers. They're a little older. I kind of test them, make sure they're heating, but the ones that do heat well. Priest River is about 30 minutes from the campground, but it is the closest laundry facility. There is a women's and men's shower room right here back behind the camp store. There are 2 dump stations here. You'll find the dump stations behind the campground shop, which I think is really the maintenance area. This is your second dump station. We were here probably about 3 years ago, and they used to make you use their hoses, which was pretty nasty. So glad they got rid of that. Fred likes this dump station better because the land's much more flat. The other one is on a little bit of a grade. They do have a honey wagon here, but apparently they don't offer that service anymore. They were shut down, said it's hazardous waste. That's a lot of bees. Nikita'd be happy here. There's a pretty large dog area on this facility. The dog parks on KOA campgrounds are called Camp Canine. She thinks she's queen of the tires. Nikita, you queen? So Nikita did make a friend. We were thinking she was gonna make one while she was here. Put on your walking shoes because these amenities are scattered about and not too close to the campsites. Up on top of the hill by the clubhouse is the pool. Call Fred and I are a little bit wimpish, but this pool water is a little bit too cold for us. I think we've gotten used to the heated pools. I got here early today, so the chairs haven't been taken down and the umbrellas haven't been opened, but there are several for you to use. There is an ADA chair here if you need help getting into the pool. Inside the building, you will find the hot tub. Usually Fred and I don't like an indoor hot tub, but they keep the windows in here so it's not really stuffy. We've enjoyed our time here.
This is a hot tub and this is flame. Let's let it rip. Ooh, 104. Very nice. The water is a little cloudy, so don't drink any of it, that's for sure. It's a big hot tub. Plenty of room for all your friends. So, Fling approves this hot tub.
If you don't want to put on your hiking shoes, there's plenty of parking here so that you can come right up to the clubhouse, pool, and spa area. Let's go inside and check out that clubhouse. Like many of your clubhouses, they do offer complimentary Wi-Fi up here. They have a little corner with games, puzzles, and blocks. It's a beautiful fireplace with stone and windows on each side. This is where I normally tell you that's a nice place to come in and watch TV, but this TV is for park use only. Inside the clubhouse, you'll find a ping pong table and a couple of pool tables. Ping pong table, aka table tennis. It's the ping pong brand. You can grab your ping pong paddles and your balls right here. Of course, game table is going to be closed during any scheduled events. Your pool sticks are mounted on the wall. I like it when they have free pool. There are some campgrounds that do charge for you to play pool. Check out this built-in seating along the walls. It's a beautiful loft area above the kitchen. The loft area is chained up this time, but if you look at our old little diamond video, you can see the loft. Get a sneak peek of what that loft looks like right now. They have a little coloring station. Welcome to our camp. Above the piano, there's a handmade quilt. It says we love our little diamond. It's perfect for this clubhouse. It's a really nice kitchen for park use only. Would be nice if they're having an event while we're here. I'd love to see this place filled with people. Do I have any foosball lovers? They have 2 different tables of foosball in here. There's a small playground right outside of the clubhouse. The clubhouse has huge windows so you can sit inside and watch your children play outside. You'll find a little picnic area right outside the clubhouse. Nestled between the trees and the clubhouse is your horseshoe pit. You'll find your horseshoes right here at the pit. This looks like a nice fun rock to climb. I wouldn't mind sitting up there and watching a game of horseshoes. There's a little path coming out of the clubhouse past the horseshoes. It leads to the gazebo and barbecue number 1, which I don't think is being used very much anymore. It's awfully pretty though. Makes you wonder what it looked like when it was first built. Be neat to go back in time and see a little shindig going on in here. Do you ever wonder why they didn't keep these old things in repair? They're so beautiful. Looks like they had so much potential. There are stairs that lead from the clubhouse right down to the lake. The clubhouse, pool, and spa sit right on top of the hill. If you come out of the parking lot from the pool, you can come down these stairs where you'll find a couple of picnic tables and a fire pit. And this gorgeous view. In front of the campground store and office, you will find your playground, basketball court, and gaga ball court. The playground is graveled and of course has my favorite, the swings. If you got a climber, this is the perfect place to bring them. They can climb and slide down for hours if you let them. Next to the playground, they've built a tarp in case the sun gets a little bit too hot. I do believe this is one of the most colorful gaga pits I have seen. The rules are posted on the gaga pit, so come down and enjoy. And there she goes. She jumped right over the fence to get the gaga ball. And she took it out. This is the ball destroyer. Leave it. There's a big concrete pad here with basketball goals. So come on and practice your basketball. One end has a lower goal than the other. This is more my size. The other goal is a little bit higher in the air. I think there's a little bit of disadvantage if you try to play full court here. Just saying. This is a large park, but there's only 2 or 3 shower houses scattered throughout the park. I'll show you the inside of the shower house that's close by us. There's a group fire pit here. Every time we've been, though, it's been a fire ban, so I'm sure you have to be here when it's a little bit cooler. There are a few doggy spots throughout the park. I can see the UPS guy going by. I did ask if they take packages. They say that they will take RV parts and medication. On your way to the clubhouse, there's a huge field that they call the ball field. They have rustic benches. They have a little batter's mound, and you can see where they run. It's nice to see an active field. This is a great place to play around a disc golf. Right beside the canine camp, there is a pet walk. Come on, Nikita, let's go. As you look over from the pet walk, it looks like Hansel and Gretel lives in there. If we went in too deep, we might find a gingerbread house with a wicked witch. You want to go? Guess not. We're back on the path for the pet walk. I absolutely love the views in Washington State, from the fields to the forest. And there's something a little in between there. If you veer off of the pet walk to the left, you're going to find the fishing lake. We made it via the pet walk to the fishing lake. As you can see, the sun's getting ready to set. It's a lovely time of day. What's cool about the fishing lake is that you can fish here without a license. Not only can you fish without a license, you can also keep what you catch. You can walk across the dam, and you can also get to this fishing lake via the steps of the clubhouse. Check out that view of the big fields. They have a small beach area here as well, and you're welcome to come swim in the lake. Peyton and Storm jumped off that dock and went swimming here last time. Nikita's a waiter, but she's definitely not a swimmer. She'll get her paws wet, and she won't go in once her belly gets feel of that cold water. Oops. It now says no swimming or diving from dock. They didn't have that sign up when we did it. They do ask that you put your shoes on before coming on the dock. There must be some loose nails. Watching the ripples in the water is so calming. You might not be able to jump, but you can use the ladder to get into the water. It says there are boats to rent, but I don't see the boats on the map anymore. They have a pavilion with picnic tables here to keep you out of the sun. A little shade area. They have laid out some life vests in case you want to borrow one. You can tell I'm an 80s girl. I think about Jason and other creepy things that come out of the lake during a horror movie. You can also drive down here if you don't want to walk the pet area or come down the stairs from the clubhouse. Can you hit that at the top of the hill with your disc? So actually, you go from 5, send it downhill to number 6. This campground does have cottages and cabins. Anyone can rent these cabins at retail prices, but these are the KOA ones. KOA has cottage 1 and 2. If you're a KOA member, you can use your membership. This is Meadowview 6. Meadowview 4 is on the other side, and you can rent these. They are part of Thousand Trails, and I guess you could call them a deluxe cabin. I'm not saying any look like these, but you can use your Thousand Trail membership for this if you have the cabin deal, or you can rent it retail. Has anybody watching this ever rented one of these? I would love to know. Meadowview 4, behind Meadowview 6, is a little more private. Has a fence around it, and you can't see from the front road. You can see that KOA is clearly marked from Thousand Trails. KOA you can find on your left, and Thousand Trail sites are on the right. One big difference between KOA and Thousand Trails is KOA offers a patio deluxe campground site. It has table, chairs, patio, and benches by the fire pit. And a Nikita inspector. Always the Nikita inspector. Of course, the deluxe patio sites do cost more than a standard site, and it's only offered on the KOA side. Of course, if you're retail, or you want to pay retail, you can rent anything you like. I'm going to show you just one of the KOA standard sites. This is site 261. It has a picnic table and a fire pit like us. The only difference I see is that they have like little blocks, road blocks, so you don't go too far when you're parking. 261 is a 30-20 amp hookup. I like this deluxe patio site best. I think it's the logs in the back and the brown benches. I'm not gonna lie, I'm too cheap to pay for one of these, but they do look good. I do have to say that the bright yellow signs pop a little bit better against the green trees than our green signs. Now this is a little strange. I did check with the office. There's a cabin behind the KOA sites. This is actually a Thousand Trails cabin. It's set way back off by itself, has plenty of parking, plenty of privacy. Isn't it cute? Makes you want to call the campground. Check it out. You also have a picnic area with a grill and a fire pit. Actually, there are 2 grills here. One of those old-fashioned ones and a newer charcoal grill. You'll just see this on the map as a cabin rental. There's a small RV storage area here. Check with security for assistance if you need to get your RV out, or if you want to rent a spot, check with the office. I found a little surprise. This is Granite Lodge / Granite Inn. It is part of Newport Little Diamond Lake KOA Holiday. Now that's a huge cabin. This massive site has plenty of parking, and you can host up to 30 people in here. They rent this out for reunions, weddings, get-togethers at a hefty cost of over $700 a night. However, you divide that by 30 people. It's not that expensive. You can be self-contained from the campground. They have horseshoes here right at the cabin. Your own group fire pit. Your group fire pit comes with pre-cut wood. There's a picnic table outside if you want to be under the trees. This is just one of the decks. And look at that view. Inside Granite Lodge, you have your own kitchen, your own washer and dryer, as well as a steam room and spa. I'd like to find 30 people to go into this with me. Check out that back deck. Definitely enough room for all your family and friends. Granite Lodge. They have their own little event center here. There's plenty of room for trash back here too. They've got 4 of these. Best part is, you don't have to empty them. There's even a little play area for the kids. If you have someone coming with an RV, for a little extra fee, they can stay outside the lodge and have an electricity hookup. All this right on the campground. If nothing else, it's worth a little bit of a walk to see it. On the KOA side, they have what they call Tent Village. It's right beside the KOA bathroom, where they have a bathroom that's family style with a camping sink. Let's check out that family style bathroom. The lights are out in here right now, but check out that shower. It's huge, clean. Well, that happens. The other day our lights were out in our restrooms. But who doesn't like a family style bathroom? This is a standard Thousand Trails site back in. Now they have all kinds of sites here. They have pull-throughs, a few back ends. They have like curved, that's what we're in, group camping. This is site 78. It has water, drippy water, and let's see what kind of electric it has. 50 amp hookup with water. It does have a picnic table and a fire ring. The fire ring must stay there, but you can move the table. I absolutely love how private most of these sites are, and on 3 sides you're surrounded by bushes and trees. I wanted to show you site 83 so you know that not all the water sites are hidden in the bushes. We're in Whitetail Lane and Granite Road. You will definitely get your steps on in here. There's all kinds of paths and trails to go explore, as well as a lot of separation from place to place. They have a whole section zoned for group camping only. There's one of your group campsites. You can be side by side, and there's several of them up here on this row. On the group section only row, you will find a horseshoe pit. You will find the horseshoes on the back of the horseshoe board. There's another group fire pit. Do you love how it's nearing the evening? Up here, you'll find barbecue number 3. I haven't found barbecue number 2, so if you've seen it, let me know. I know number 1 is a little dilapidated. This is full of picnic tables and a grilling section in the center. They say to just use charcoal in here. I absolutely love our site here. We're facing the woods. We've pulled in sideways, so we have just the right amount of privacy. There are bushes and woods on 3 sides, and our van blocks our area on the other side. There are a lot of sites that are like this, so that you can have extra privacy. We have 30 amp power and water. If you go around our van, you will see our setup. We have a large gravel pull-through. This is site 131. Our site comes with a fire pit and a dog. And of course, we have our very own picnic table. I love how there's a screen in the back, so you can open up the doors and just let the fresh air flow through. Not sure if you can see, but if you look over the hill through the woods, you can see a tent camped not too far from us. It's always nice to have the rustic feel with all the amenities. Not too far from us at all is a household trash dumpster. They're scattered throughout this park. There's also another pet waste station. This is the closest shower house to us. They're not marked with numbers, you just have to look on the map. But this is the closest one to us, and this is the one I'm going to show you inside of. There are 2 restrooms in here. They're not very handicap accessible. This is the biggest of the 2 of them. They have a common dressing area for the 2 showers. See that the bath mat's hanging up to dry. There are 2 showers in here, and they do have a lip. Fred, are you ready to take a shower with the spider? I guess I need to get that out. Now, one thing I do have to say about all the showers we've used here by the pool and down here, the water pressure is phenomenal. It's a nice little area right between the 2 bathroom stalls where you can get your paper towels and throw your trash away. Looks like there's room for another toilet.
We love our spot. Starlink doesn't like it so much. What do you think, Dad?
I'm sending it back.
All right, it's time for the Little Diamond Cellular Service Report. Well, we still have Starlink up and running, and it's the highest score at 171 megabits per second down, and it's 17.2 megabits per second up. Next up on the list is T-Mobile, 111 megabits per second down and 9.66 megabits per second up. Verizon's at 57.7 megabits per second down and 2.31 megabits per second up. So not bad numbers. Meanwhile, AT&T, bottom of the pack, at 44.4 megabits per second down and 3.9 megabits per second up. So really pretty good numbers there once you get the Starlink out of the trees. And there's lots of trees here. So go out and walk around in them. We had a good time. We stayed a little bit longer than we normally do and really just enjoyed the place. We'll talk to you next week.